Uh, so let's start with Bitcoin. This is the weekly chart for Bitcoin and with the Fisher setup as well. Uh, so this has been pretty going on bullish since the start of 2023, and it has not looked back once according to the Fisher, and gone from 20,000 area to this 52,000 area in the last 13 months or so. So uh, according to weekly, we can see the supports and resistances which will be ahead. Our support being the 50,000 round and 48,000 confluence that was created in 2021 2022, and and now, so as the price is breaking down, like we said yesterday, that 53,000 mark breaking means more challenging to the upside to the 57 15 60 and 65,000 areas, and all-time highs at 69,000 uh, something 69,000 rounds. So these are going to be challenged if the 53,000 is broken, and we have to be careful about that as well. Now, if we move to the same on the daily chart, mm, things are looking a little bit cautious at the here. The fish is just turning in here because of the last breakdown happened in this sideways movement since December, and then the breakout follow through breakout just this month, which saw it broke 43,000 to 53,000 areas. And even if we look at the other indicators, they are quite exhausted as well on the MACD and the RSI. And even if we look at the volume based, they are pretty high, and the CCI is already coming down, ROC is already coming down, OBV is just flattening, and other things uh, are also happening. Sorry, yeah. On the 4 hour as well, we saw the Fisher flip, but the price seems pretty much exhausted on the upside, even with the Fisher just turning in this last rally. And even if we look at the 4 hour, different type of other indicators, the RSI is coming from outside the area. MACD is turning bearish just right now, and the volume based, the CCI is the coming down, RSI is coming down, OBV is flattening. And if we look at the our pivots as well on the 4 hour, those have been R4 has been breached, and it's a pretty good area of resistance. And the general price action, if we look at it, so this is the 1 hour, sorry. Mm, if we look at the 4 hour, uh, the R4 has been breached as well, so similarly, and and on the 1 hour as well, it's been breached. And the price, if we look at the last few days, it has not been very so since the 14th of February, last 48 hours or so, like we said, the consolidation is gathering, and might be on through the weekend, and then we might see a deeper correction, which is needed for a movement like this. uh, the corrections that have been in this upside trend has not been this, even didn't broke it broke, but didn't move more than 1% or 2%. It just broke for a few hours, and then had the immense upside. This one didn't work either yesterday. So I think, yeah, these might be very much needed, and we might see this consolidation going on. And if 4053 is not broken, yeah, we are down for a break, correction, and that would have affect the market in a different way. So Ethereum also, if we look at the weekly, it's a pretty similar picture. Price has been bullish since the start of 2023. Let's remove that, and we are going on to challenge that to 3,000 mark that was being discussed earlier in the month. And it's been intense rally for a long time without much correction, really. For apart from a few days of wobble, in the price. But in general, price has been pretty highly bullish, and that's been going on since October, and it's kind of getting to a point of exhaustion with weekly RSI getting above A70 and MACD getting above that high area, and probably looking to correct in the time that in the next few days or so. So the daily is also having a similar situation with higher targets that have been printed for a long time being breached, uh, and targeting that 3000 mark in the next few days, and if there is no correction indeed, that is, and the fisher is just flipping. But yeah, that can turn out to be a whole fake out thing. Uh, the RSI is pretty much exhausted and overbought, and similar situation in MACD too. Even if we look at the volume based, it's a similar situation. The CCI is already coming down, OBB is flattening, and we also have the ROC coming down as well. And yeah, the volume has on average come down a little from these areas. On average, you can see is visible that it's lower a little bit here. And uh, if we move to the 4 hour, yeah, it's a pretty similar, pretty bullish situation without much pullback, which we should get really, even if we consider this just turning. 3000 might be reached, but we are due for a pullback, and we should be on the lookout for that pullback very carefully as well. Uh, Other than that, yeah, it's a similar situation in volume based in 4 hour, sorry, in 4 hour as well. It's just these are all coming down. Volume pretty much was high because of this 12th February breakout, but other than that, it's been periodic, and in the US session we get a little bit more volume, but yeah, other than that, it's fine. The hourly, as you can see, has not given us any pullbacks apart from this a little bit, this little bit, this little bit. But yeah, we are due for a deeper pullback, and we should be on the lookout for that. Like I said on the others as well, the hourly scale RSI has turned, MACD has turned. Uh, MACD is on the bearish side only. RSI is coming down, and even the volume based are slowly but steadily also coming down on the hourly scale. So, like the Bitcoin chart, if we look at the last few days, it's a little bit better um, because of obviously the Ethereum Bitcoin being on the track, on a good track as well. But yeah, mm, its dominance is rising, but yeah. It's also not like too much upside, and it's keeping a lot of uncertainty with these all these red bars, and yeah, we should be on the lookout. We should be very cautious about it as well. Apart from all this, if we look at other data sets, we should look at, I think, yeah, liquidations heat map, which points to um, a good resistance at the 53,000 mark, and a very promising support at 51 and 50,000 levels. And for Ethereum, kind of the same with distributed amount of support in different areas, uh, with the clearest support being at 27,050 areas, sorry, 2750 areas, which is quite far if we look at it from an unbiased point of view. But other than that, I think, yeah, but most things are mm, very uh, very very cautious as well. So Binance, Bitcoin long short ratios, OKX, Binance, USDT, all are pretty much on the bearish side. Total long short, though, pretty much flat. Positions still a lot long, and the volume has come down, option volume has come down. It's these things are quite interesting to look at as well. The liquidations, if we look at the amount of liquidations on the long side and the short side, just long sides a little bit more, even with the intense amount of rally. Anyway, mm, if we look at the Ethereum as well, that's volume has come down, open interest has come down, long short is flat, but the other things are looking a little bit better than Bitcoin, and obviously that dominance coming into play here as well. So if we look at the liquidation here, the shorts are getting liquidated more clearly, and even with the volume uh, coming down, price is moving up. Anyway, if there is anything else, let me know. And yeah, I think this is good enough.